Hi there. My name is Caroline van der Linden, and I'm a lecturer at the Academic Foundation Year offered at the University of Aruba. I teach research and future of work courses. However, today I will serve as your main guide as you learn and discover about the Academic Foundation Year program offered at the University of Aruba. The purpose of this video is to get you acquainted with our program in a short interview with two AFI alumni and our program coordinator. Allow me to introduce them to you. Today, we are joined by Kevin Richardson, our program coordinator, Licia Provier, AFI alumni graduate, and also Camila, another AFI alumni graduate. Let's get started. I would like to start with Kevin. Kevin, can you please tell us a little bit about the Academic Foundation Year program? Specifically, what is the AFI program?
Thank you very much, Caroline. Yes, I can definitely do that. So let me explain what AFI is all about and how it is set up. Okay, so what is AFI? AFI is a preparatory year for students seeking entry into higher education. So usually students coming from high school and they're looking to make a smoother transition into university. Those are the students that actually join the AFI program. So transitioning from high school to higher education. Now we know they're afraid to make a decision as to what they would like to go, what direction they would like to go into. Sometimes they feel they lack skills, specifically to be successful in higher education. We also see students that, many times they feel they do not know themselves well enough. So for instance, their personality traits or how they are set up as a person, what motivates them. And we also see students that feel that they're not mature enough. So in order to make a smooth transition to higher education, right, it is very important for you to be able to take on these different challenges and be prepared in the broadest sense of the word. So in AFI, our aim is to prepare students in all these different areas. And as you can see, I'll pull up a model in which you can see how AFI is basically set up. So at the bottom of this model, you'll see many of the entrance questions that students have. So students come in with questions like, what are my strengths? What are my passions? How can I improve my competencies? How do I learn? Sometimes you see that students don't have those skills, those study skills. And where can I study what? So those are some questions, many questions that students come in to the program with. And the aim of the program, of course, is to make students well prepared. So at the end of the AFI program, a student is supposed to be an independent student who can make a motivated study and career choice on the basis of experience, insight, and self-reflection, right? Now, to get you from the student who has all these different questions and concerns to the top part of this model, so that independent student, we have designed a program that consists of 4 pillars. Right, so as you can see on the screen, 4 pillars are coaching and counseling, and then there's academic core, then there's the language skills and academic orientation, which I'll explain to you in a bit. So let's start with coaching and counseling. So coaching and counseling is basically a program set up in which students get guidance from academic advisors, so a personal coach, which is going to guide them through their experience in the AFI program. This consists of different types of coaching. So there's individual coaching and there's group coaching. Individual coaching, you'll meet with your academic coach several times a year to discuss your progress and different things, maybe questions that you have unanswered. The academic coach can help you answer those questions, to find answers to those questions. Then there's group coaching. The group coaching consists of what we call buddy groups, and buddy groups are basically groups of students, all in the same, many students having the same questions and the same concerns, the same goals. And the buddy groups are groups that actually meet on a regular basis in which they discuss all these things and try to help each other find answers to these questions as well. And you can also see that we also have a course which is called Introduction to Higher Education, which basically prepares students for, introduces students actually to the ins and outs of higher education. So all the different aspects of higher education are introduced to you in this course. And all of this forms part of the coaching and counseling pillar, as we call it. Then we have the academic core, which is very important, which is the kind of the foundation of the AFI program. And in this section, we focus on mainly on improving your academic skills, right? So this consists of different courses. As you can see, one of them is context, culture, and history, which basically prepares you to become a bit more culturally aware, especially students that are going to study abroad. They will need to adapt to a different culture, different circumstances, and it is very important for them to be able to understand their own culture, so understand their own cultural identity in order to be able to adapt better to a new surrounding with new people, new culture, and different habits. Then there's the research courses, which is an integral part of the AFI program. It takes up a large chunk of the program, actually, and it consists of 3 courses. One of them is Research Foundations, which basically introduces you to the basic methodologies of research, so explaining you what research is, introducing you to the different terminologies, so actually helping you to understand what research is all about. Then there's research practice. This is the second part of what we call the research trilogy. And that's where you actually get to set up, under guidance, set up your own research and actually put into practice what you learned in the first part during research foundations. The last part is research reporting, and this is where you actually learn how to report, as the word says, to report on the research that you have done. So there's different ways you can do this. Either via presentations or whatever, but these are all different ways and methods that you need to learn in order to be able to report on your research. So that's the academic core. Then we have the third pillar, which is language skills. So in AFI, we focus heavily on helping you actually improve your language skills. We do that in different areas. First of all, we do that in English. So we call this a course called Academic English, which teaches you, basically all the ins and outs of the English language, but especially from an academic perspective. So you're going to be introduced to academic reading, so different types of text, academic writing, and academic speaking. All these different things are very important. We do the same for Dutch. For the Dutch, especially those students who are going to the Netherlands to continue their studies, it's crucial. It's very, very important for you to master your Dutch academically on a decently high level. And that is the aim of the academic Dutch course. And then there's Spanish and Papiamento. And these are basically electives. So electives are called, so what we call in Dutch, are keuzevakken. And students who are interested in getting to know more about these languages and maybe improving their skills in these languages as well can opt for choosing one of these 2 languages, so Spanish or Papiamento linguistics. Then moving on to the fourth pillar, which is academic orientation. And this is where actually you get to, students get to kind of put their own program together. So in academic orientation, there's a heavy focus on the electives. So keuzevakken again, students get to choose courses that they feel they're interested in, or they would like to know more about, or maybe they're not so sure exactly what these courses entail. So getting to choose these electives will actually give you that broader orientation on what the possibilities are out there, and to maybe help you decide what direction you can go into based on your experience with these courses. So these are just a few examples, as you can see on the screen. So we have communication, so that's one elective. There's Introduction to Earth and Environment. There's Technology and Engineering. There's Math and Calculus. So these are all kind of courses that are focusing on science and technology. But we also have many other electives, for instance, the Future of Work, which focuses on 21st century skills. We have, as I mentioned, we have Spanish and Papiamento, so for focusing on languages. There's Language, Myths, and Realities. So that's another one that also focuses on languages. And we have many, many more. You'll also have the opportunity, right, to join in on some of the courses that are offered by other faculties, so by other programs. So for instance, if you're interested in something that has to do with social work and development, for instance, then you can also take courses that are offered by that faculty, that program, to help you get acquainted with the type of learning and the type of material that you're going to be using in such a program. So there's many different things. You can also pick an elective at the law faculty, for instance, or at the Faculty of Hospitality and Tourism. All of these faculties offer some or one or more of their courses for students to be able to get acquainted with them in different ways. And sometimes, because the university doesn't offer everything, of course, and we would like to be able to offer you, a broad spectrum of different areas. So we also give students the opportunity to follow what we call MOOCs. So those are massive open online courses. And these are courses that are offered on different platforms online by different universities around the world. And these can be in basically any area. So if you're interested in psychology and maybe we don't have a psychology course at the university that interests you, you can opt for choosing a MOOC in that area, or something that has to do with business, or something that has to do with, I don't know, astronomy, whatever. You name it, you can pick anything, right? So there's different things you can do with MOOCs, and especially if there's nothing that interests you in what we offer here and in the AFI program or at the university, then a MOOC can be a solution for you. And of course, there's also the option for an internship or an apprenticeship. There's always students that feel that they learn better by actually doing, by experiencing. And an internship is the ideal way to actually meet that requirement. So we also offer students that opportunity to actually do an internship or an apprenticeship. So by actually joining in with senior students and joining in on their journey and seeing how they do things, and to gain some experience in that area and broaden your horizon in that way. So that in a nutshell is basically what, how we actually prepare you from that student who is dependent and who has all these questions and concerns. And we kind of guide you through these 4 pillars to becoming that independent student who can make a motivated study and career choice. Okay, moving on. This is just to give you just a quick idea of what the program, how it's set up. So our program is a 1-year program, and it consists of 4 quarters. So each quarter has 9 weeks, and in then those weeks you'll have a number of courses. Some of them are core courses, as we call them, the kernvakken. Those are the ones that you see that are in blue on the screen, and then you also have the option to do electives, as I mentioned in the previous screen. And these can be any type of elective. They can be, for instance, Introduction to Technology and Engineering, which is usually in the first quarter, or Future of Work, or a MOOC, or something similar. Or you can also opt for a faculty elective during the first quarter. And this continues, so in quarter 2, there's a new set of courses that you're going to get. Quarter 3, a new set, and quarter 4, a new set. So we kind of profile ourselves as an international program. So we collaborate with many different universities around the world. For instance, University College in Utrecht, and that's a university we collaborate with. Sometimes we have guest lecturers coming in from that university, or many of these universities that also teach in our program. The same goes for the University of the West Indies and Oregon State University in the US. These are all universities that we collaborate with. And as I mentioned, many guest lecturers come from those universities to teach in the AFI program as well. As I mentioned, the program is, so each course basically is set up of 9 weeks, right? So in each week, there's a different focus. The first 3 weeks usually are for orientation purposes, so introducing you to the basic principles of the theme or the topic that you're discussing in that course. Then weeks 4 and 5, that's when usually we would have a guest seminar or guest lecturers coming in, many times from abroad, from other universities, to kind of give you a different idea, a different feel, a different experience, compared to the one that you're used to from the university lecturers in Aruba. Then weeks 6 and 7, those weeks are focused on applied practice. So that's when you actually get to apply a lot of the knowledge that you gained in the first 5-6 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks. You actually put that into practice. Usually that's with some type of case study or some type of assignment that you're going to do many times in groups, right? Many times they're group assignments. So you actually get to put those in practice. It can involve case studies, but it can also involve field work. So actually going out and doing field work, which is very interesting. And then in week 8, that's the week in which, what we call, you're going to have to deliver some type of product. So we call that a deliverable. So that can be a symposium or presentation, a poster presentation, or some other form. So it has to be some type of product in which you can show what it is you've learned and how you've gained more experience through the course. And week 9, that's the assessment week. And that's usually you'll get an oral and or a written final test to finalize the course. And in some quarters, we also have a 10th week, in which we have a resit. You can resit some of the courses that you didn't pass the first time. So we call that a buffer week or a resit week. Okay, practicalities. So as I mentioned, the program is a 1-year program, all right, and it's a full-time program, which means it has a course load of 60 European credits. This means that you're going to be basically be required to be busy with your studies 40 hours a week, basically. Okay, so that is full time, which doesn't mean that you're going to be in class all the time. So there's going to be different forms, different ways you're going to be working on your studies. So it could be class time, it could be lecture time, it could be also meeting up with fellow students to work on certain projects. Sometimes it's just independent work. When you're doing a lot of reading. So different forms in which you're going to be filling up that time that you're going to be in the program. The language of instruction is actually it's Dutch and English, but to be honest, it's mostly English. Obviously, the courses that are focusing on the Dutch language, of course, are going to be in Dutch, but in most cases, most courses are taught in English. The tuition fee is 1,000 florins. And we start in August 2021. So usually at the end of August, the beginning of September, that's when the new academic year will start. You can also find this information on our website, so www.ua.aw/AFI. Very important. So if you're interested in our program and you would like to enter, so these are the entry requirements. If you have a HAVO diploma, you're eligible. If you have a VWO diploma, an MBO, or as we call it, an APE diploma, level 4 in Aruba, an International School of Aruba diploma, students also from Ibero-American High School are welcome, and students with a CXC diploma are also welcome. It is very important to mention that only candidates that have recently completed their last final degree, so if you've completed your program, your high school, no more than a year prior to entering the AFI program, then you're eligible to start. If not, then you will not be eligible. Okay, registration. So as I mentioned, you can sign up via www.ua.aw/info. If you would like to contact us, you can contact us directly through afi@ua.aw, or you can also send an email to OSA, so Office of Student Affairs @ua.aw. Registration will be via the website, the university website, and will start in May. Thank you very
Wow.
much. And Caroline, take it over.
Wow, Kevin, thank you for that extensive information. And certainly we learned a lot about what the Academic Foundation Year program is, how the curriculum is set up, and how you can also enroll to this program. So thank you for sharing that information. Hearing you sharing that information with us is exciting, and it's nice to see how the program is set up, but we're actually more interested in some of our alumni experience, such as Camila and Lisha. So Lisha, tell us a little bit about your AFI experience and what are your main takeaways?
Yes. So, hi everyone. My name is Lisha, and I attended the Academic Foundation year in 2018. And I feel like the Academic Foundation year helped me get to know myself much better. I really got the space to explore the world, explore all the opportunities I have, and also think about where I'll see myself in 10 years. And this also helped me choose the right career. I'm currently in my last year of my program in the Netherlands. So I'm finishing off this year and then eventually doing my master's. And this, I believe I chose the right path because of all the guidance I got at AFI. So that is one of the main takeaways I have, or what I highly appreciate of this program.
That's great, Lisha. We're happy that we were able, or the program was able to help you find your way. Camila, we're interested in your experience. Tell us a little bit about your AFI experience and some of your main takeaways.
Hi, I'm Camila. I did AFI 2019-2020. I'm currently studying in the Netherlands. I'm a first year, and I think AFI was just an amazing experience. I got a lot of friends. I became more social. I thought at the beginning I was a bit skeptical about what AFI would help me with in the future, but now that I'm studying at a University of Applied Sciences, I realized that AFI was much more than just a gap year that I took. Research helped me a lot. I didn't realize that it will come back so soon. My English became better than I thought it would be. And the part of personal development where I grew a lot was very helpful. That is what I took the most out of AFI.
Thank you, Camila. Thank you for sharing, both of you. Thank you, Alicia and Camila. Now I want to just ask Kevin another question, because I know Kevin has been with us since the beginning of the program back in 2016. So Kevin, I know the program is now, it has been offered at the university for a couple of years now, but what are some changes that are on the way with regards to the program?
Yes, that's a very good question, Caroline. So we've had a lot of experience actually with this AFI program, and we've been doing it somewhat the same way for almost 5 years now. And we've noticed that there's a few things that we can actually tweak and change to help provide a better experience for the AFI students, right? So to better fit the needs of the AFI students. So our plan right now is to, and obviously COVID has contributed to this, right? But what we will be doing in the future is we'll be introducing a system, a new setup in which we will have three tracks, right? So 3 streams, if you may call it. So up until now, AFI has always been kind of like one size fits all in a sense, right? Except for the part in which students could get to choose their electives. We've noticed that we would like to be able to kind of have students customize it even more to their own needs, right? So that's why we've decided we're going to introduce 3 tracks instead of basically 1 track, right? And these 3 tracks are each going to have a different focus. Okay, so now we're not completely sure yet what the tracks are going to be called, but just for now, we're going to call them as following, right? So the first one is going to be called the science track. Yes. And the science track is going to have a heavy focus on academics, right? So academic development, research is going to play a very, very important role in this track. Science and maybe technology as well is also going to be something that we're going to really focus on in this track. And this is especially for students who are who already know that that's what they want, and they want to like improve their skills in these areas to help, so when they start the new program, they can hit the ground running, right? So this is the science track, I think, is a very good track for students with these needs. The second track, which we want to introduce, is called, or we might call it, the college track,
or the liberal,
the liberal arts track, right? And this will have more of a focus on humanities, languages, social sciences, business, all these different things, which you will not get that much in, let's say, for instance, in the science track. You will have the opportunity to get experience and to be exposed to these things in the college track. Which is, and in a sense, it is very broad as well. So students who might be leaning more towards the humanities and the languages, social sciences could opt for this track, for the college track. And then there's the last track, the third track, which we're not quite sure yet what we're going to call it. For now, I'm going to call it the exploration track, which is going to be lighter on the academics, right? But it's going to have more of a focus on, let's say, for instance, personal development, orientation. So those students who really come into the program really looking for direction, not knowing what it is they want and what they're good at, what their strengths and weaknesses are. This track is going to help them kind of find direction in that sense. So it's going to be less focus on the academics, but more on personal development. And we always have a large chunk of students coming in with these needs. So all three tracks will give you a broad orientation for preparation to enter higher education. But I think the new setup will require students to choose a specific track depending on their personal goals and needs, and will help them prepare them even better than we did in the past.
That's great. We're kind of happy that we have all of those exciting stuff coming up, Kevin, and we definitely look forward to offering students that are interested in the Academic Foundation Year program, these different tracks in which you can follow, as Kevin indicated, a science, a liberal arts, or a college, and then finally more of a personal development, more of an exploratory track. So these are new changes that we're introducing at the Academic Foundation Year program. Now, students, Camila and Lisha, most of the time we want the best for ourselves, and we're also happy to see the growth that you have experienced at the AFI program. But most of the time, we also tend to want what's best for us, but what's even better or greater for our friends and family. So, Camila, would you recommend the Academic Foundation Year to a sister or a friend?
I would definitely recommend AFI. I think AFI is an amazing experience, and you will get a taste of what is waiting for you next in your future career. And I think you should just do it, work hard, be determined, and it will not be easy for everyone, but life isn't easy either. So why not accomplish AFI if you put a goal? And my personal advice is to you that you are already going to do AFI, so enjoy the experience, make the best out of it. There's always something you will learn from AFI. Just do your best and always set your goal, never give up.
Nice. That's great, Camila. Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful advice. Lisha, same question. Would you recommend the Academic Foundation Year to your friends and family?
Yes, I would highly recommend the Academic Foundation Year, especially because I feel after colegio or APE or middelbare school, you usually need the space and time to actually think about the next step, because in examenjaar, you usually have a lot of time to focus on your exams and actually making the year and graduating, that you don't really make time to prepare. Also, in generally speaking about Aruba laning, duo, the preparation, just mentally also prepare that you're going abroad or you're actually staying on the island, the decision you have to take. So I feel like it really gives you space and time to actually really think your next choice to roughly. So yes, I would highly recommend Academic Foundation Year.
Thank you, ladies, and thank you, viewer, for watching our video. Thank you, Kevin, for sharing the information. Thank you, Lisha and Camilla, for joining us and explaining and describing their Academic Foundation Year program, and also explaining their recommendations and their personal advice to you. So thank you for watching our video. We hope that through this video, you get a better view of what the Academic Foundation Year program is, what it stands for. We hope it answers your questions. We hope that it will help you. And also we hope that this video help you make a better choice and help you understand why you should join our program. So should you have any additional questions, always please feel free to reach us at the email address that you're seeing right there on your screen. And we hope to see you in class in August. Bye. Thank you, everyone.